again YouTube, Mad Dog here. So I thought I'd do a quick little mini series, this time covering budget friendly bushcraft stroke survival items of kit. So it'll be your basics. So obviously the 5 C's of bushcraft, your cutting, your cover, the combustion, the cordage and the container. 5 C's of bushcraft or survival. They're your main headings, and then in my opinion underneath each one of those headings is subdivided into further categories. So for example, like your container, then I think personally should cover water purification, water collection, etc. Cover should be tarpaulins, maybe touching on natural shelters, all that sort of stuff, and emergency shelters. Cutting, not just a knife, an axe, a saw, all them types of, like if you like sub menus within the main 5C criteria. So I thought I'd do a brief little mini series just touching on each one of those, just to show that maybe new folks that are coming into this hobby of ours, you don't have to spend a fortune to get yourself a basic kit where excuse me, you can go out and enjoy the wild, enjoy the wilderness and wildlife, and practicing some bushcraft or survival skills, whatever your genre or whatever you choose to call it, without it costing you hundreds and thousands of pounds. So to start with, I'm going to obviously start off with cutting, the first of the 5 C's, and I thought I'd show you all around this little fella. Basically it's a folding saw, advertised as a folding pruning saw, so it's marketed at gardeners basically, and why not? If you're pruning a fruit tree, you're cutting wood, aren't you? It's, there is no difference to what us as bushcrafters stroke survivalists do. The only difference being we will save that piece of wood that you've cut off, not burn it or compost it, and use that maybe as something else. So anyway, I digress. So here is a quick look around this little fella. Cheap and cheerful, off eBay. It's made by Kingfisher. It's the Kingfisher Gold folding saw. So let's have a quick look. We'll burst it out of this little blister pack that it comes in. And there we go. Plastic handled. I believe it's is it stainless steel? It feels and looks like a stainless finish. However, it has got an oily, waxy coating on there, so maybe even carbon steel. Let's go ahead and read the packaging. It just says non-stick cutting blade, so who knows. Where's my magnet? The magnet sticks quite well, so I'd lean towards carbon steel rather than stainless. Anyway, let's crack it open. So to open this thing, there's like a suitcase attachment here that you have to push forward, and then you can bring the blade to bear. And as you can see, there is like a little fish hook shaped piece in the blade there, the top of the spine of the blade, and that rolls forward, and then this wire hoop, which is sprung loaded, goes back and retains the blade when you apply pressure onto the suitcase type clip. So now that's locked and loaded and ready to go. The handles are plastic, the hard plastic, but they do have a veined rubberized insert. This thing is very light, very front heavy, and it costs £4 from eBay with free P&P. So I'm expecting to get what I pay for. As you can see, hopefully, I don't know if it's picking up in this terrible lighting in the shed, the fit and finish is, I'm not going to be rude to it, as expected for a gardening, tree pruning, £4 folding saw. It's not a silky, and it's not silky money. So what I'm going to do now is take it outside, show it a piece of pine, which is common over here in the UK, a sensible size piece, and let's see how it performs. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back outside now, and I've got this little piece of pine here, old conifer tree. So what's the diameter of that? I don't know, 2 maybe 3 inches, something like that. And we're just going to place it on the log here take the little Kingfisher and see how it performs. So here we go. Not going to go crazy. I'm going to let it cut in its own time, using the full length of the blade, because after all this is marketed as a pruning saw, not a tree locking saw, so take your time. Let's see how we go. At the moment it's cutting quite nicely for what it is. Okay, there we go. So, yep, the saw has held up. Basically, I'm abusing this thing, let's be honest. It's not designed to cut this sort of diameter of wood. It's done a nice, clean, smooth cut right the way through. However, the blade is very thin and will tend to flex, which means if you do overpower it, it could snap and break the handle, which isn't very strong, to be honest. But like I've said before in the shed, it's £4. You know, you get what you pay for. But I'm just trying to throw this out there that you can get started in bushcraft, the outdoors hobby. There's one piece of equipment for £4, which is what, over in the UK, £1 more than a pint of beer in your local pub. That's one piece of equipment off your tick list, done. It's got that job done. So if you're going to cut, you know, broomstick diameter pieces of woodage to make traps or supports for a tarpaulin, tent pegs, the list goes on, and that will get the job done. If you give it time to cut, you use it correctly, lightly, don't overpower it. It is what it is. Treat it with respect. It will get it done. £4. I'd say that's item number 1, ticked off the list for cutting in this mini series. Obviously next maybe a knife, continuing this theme on. Stay tuned. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great weekend. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.